Hello campers, this is Nate from Christie's RV. Today we're going to be going through this 2021 184BS Jay Flight SLX by Jayco. We'll start up at the front compartment here. Up here in the front compartment, it's good storage where you can put your crank handle for your stabilizer jacks or the wheel for your front tongue jacks here. Coming around to the front of the RV, at the front here you have your jack. It's a manual crank jack. Just behind your front jack you have a 20-pound propane bottle. You could upgrade this bottle to a 30-pound. Just behind your propane bottle you have your battery and a battery box ready to go. Coming down the driver's side of the RV you have your potable water fill. This is where you would fill up with a garden hose or a bucket and a funnel if you want to haul the water with you while you're traveling. When you're all done on your trip and you want to empty the tank, just below the fill you have a little drain here. You can just turn the handle of it towards you and it'll drain the tank out, and you can just drive while the tank is draining. Just above that is the back of your AC. It's just like a little household AC that runs off 110. Coming towards the back of the RV, you have your port for your power cable. It's a 30 amp cord and it's about 30 feet long. Down at the bottom, just behind your power cable, you have your sewer outlet. So on the left you have your gray handle for your gray tank, and on the right you have your black handle for your black. So the gray will just be for your sink and your shower, and then the black will be for your toilet. Just above that you have your clean out for your black tank. So after you empty your tank, this is where you could connect the pressurized hose and their sprayers inside your tank. To clean out your tank, you just want to make sure you have your black handle pulled when you do that. Just beside that is the back of your hot water heater. Before you ever pull the plug on the bottom of your hot water heater, you want to let the pressure off. You can do that at the top by opening the pressure relief valve, or you can go inside your unit and just open a couple hot lines, taps, and then you take your plug out safely. Just above the back of your hot water heater, you have your hookup for your cable or satellite dish, if you have your own satellite dish. Coming to the back of the RV, you have a spare tire ready to go. When leveling your RV, you always want to level your RV frontwards and backwards, and then side to side, and then you can use your stabilizer jacks. To stabilize your RV, use your stabilizer jacks by putting in the provided handle, and then you can crank them down. You can use a 3/4 inch socket. You just want to make sure you use a drill, not an impact. Coming down the passenger side of the RV, you have the outlet for your furnace. You just want to make sure you don't put anything that will get hot in front of it, because the exhaust does get very hot. Just above that you have the vent for your range hood. It does lock shut, so when you get where you're going, you just want to make sure you pop it open so your range hood will vent properly. Just below your range hood you have your outdoor receptacles. These receptacles are GFI protected, so if any moisture gets in there it will pop, and you can reset them inside the washroom, and I'll show you that when we go inside. Just beside your receptacles you have the vent for your fridge. You don't have to do much. I would just open it once a year and just spray it out with some canned air or something, make sure nothing made a nest inside. And let's head inside. First thing you notice when you come inside, on the left here you have most of all your switches for inside the RV. The two at the top here, the one on the left is the main for all the lights inside, and the one beside it will be for your awning strip. Just beside that you have your switch for your slide. I do have the slide out, but to put the slide out you just push the button and hold it until you hold it until it stops, and then you know it's all the way out and you can let go of the button. Just below the main lights and the awning lights, you have the switch to make the awning go in and out. To put the awning out, you just push out and hold it. You want to hold it until the flap of the awning comes down, and then you can let go of the button. These awnings are not made for heavy rains or winds, so I suggest just if you're going swimming or for a four-wheeler ride, just to put your awning in when you're gone. If you are up under your awning and it's just raining slightly, you can just come to one side and pull down, and it'll pitch your awning slightly for you. Just beside your awning switch, you have your monitor panel. This will be for all your water tanks, holding tanks, and then the switches below here. The bottom left one is your water pump, so if you're hauling water with you and you would like to use your water, this is where you turn the pump on, and then it'll pressurize your system for you so you can use your shower and your sink and toilet like normal. Just beside that switch is your two hot water heater switches. One's gas and one's electric, but if you run out of hot water, you can click them both on at the same time to piggyback to get your water back faster. Just beside that is the switch to reset your GFI. I did say it was in the bathroom, but the small trailer, sometimes it's in the kitchen. So to reset your GFI, you can just click it, make sure the red light's not on, and you're good to go. Just below all that in your kitchen here, you have your fridge. To turn your fridge on, you have a switch on the left. You just push it in and a light will come on. Just beside that, you have the setting button. So you press it in, and when the button's pushed in, it'll say auto. That means it's running off 110 shore power. If you ever lose that power, it'll switch itself to gas. Once your 110 is restored, it'll switch itself back up to shore power and never skip a beat. Just beside your sink here, you have your microwave. Works like a household microwave. You do have to be plugged in to 110 for the microwave to work. Below that, you have your range hood with a fan and a light. You just want to make sure your vent's open on the outside when you're using it. Just below that, you have your stovetop. To light your stovetop, you just need a lighter. You turn it to light, and then you can just light it by hand. Just before you come into your bathroom, you have your thermostat for your furnace. To turn your furnace on, you just click the top switch over. You'll hear your furnace come on and it'll light itself up, and then you can just pick the temperature you would like inside your unit. Head into the bathroom for a second. Nice skylight over the bathtub for some extra head height. Nice light and a little hand crank vent. Here you have your pull-out with your dinette on top of it. Into the sleeping area, you have your AC. It's just a small household AC. You do have to be plugged in the 110 for that to work. And I think that's about it for the tour. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to give us a call out at Christie's. Thank you.